You know, human psychology is such an amazing thing. See, you don't have to hurt anybody to get a point across. All you have to do is get close to them and put some sort of something that would be an insinuative subject to get them to escalate the situation, which basically blows the situation out of proportion. Much like poison ivy, an innocent looking plant, as beautiful plant, but as long as you don't touch it, you're safe. Unless it's pushing out pollen spores. That's when things get interesting. The oak tree, perfectly safe tree, strong, sturdy. Acorns are a minor nuisance. The tree's only dangerous when it's dead, you know? Because then you run the risk of it falling upon you. Or unless you get a lumberjack with a chainsaw. Rose bushes, thorns, they warn you to stay away. But as long as you don't touch the rose bush thorns, you don't get pricked. See, the thing is about human psychology, all you gotta do is get close. You don't gotta know the general location, you know? All you gotta do is get close and put something insinuative. You don't gotta hurt anybody to get a person to escalate. See, let's translate this thing. Lawnmowers, when they run over things, they break the blade. They do minor damage to the blade, but they do more damage to whatever it hits. You know? Say, for instance, if I were to leave paintballs on the grass. Well, it would be harmless. I'm just saying. But it doesn't have to get into the grass. It just has to lay harmlessly on the sidewalk. See, perception is reality to people. If there's a perceived danger, they're going to take measures. If there's a perceived danger, like a thorn on a rose bush, people are going to take precautious measures to avoid that rose bush. If there's a perceived danger, such as poison ivy, people are going to take precautions to alleviate that danger. But you have to take the precautions in the right measure. Some people take the precautions and go completely overboard. And that is the psychology of a lot of people in the quote-unquote manosphere. They don't know the definition of appropriate measures and context. Which means that you don't have to hurt a person. All you got to do is just mess with their head psychologically, and they will do all the work for you. They will do all the work for you. They will screw themselves over for you. I don't have to lift a finger. I could just play psychological games with people. I don't have to cause any bruises. I don't have to cause any bleeding. I don't have to cause any hospital bills. All I gotta do is mess with the person's head well enough, and they blow everything out of proportion. Completely out of proportion. And it's so funny. It's so funny. See, the thing is, you call me a fat trucker. See, fat people, even though that I may not be a fat trucker, you know, I may not be fat, not sure, but I learned from fat people. Bill Gates hires lazy people. Problem is I can't afford to be lazy or fat. But then again, who knows? I could be a fat person that knows how to move around. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I could still see my shoes from standing up, but then again, what do I know? The thing is, the fact of the matter is, the fact that somebody let somebody's words get them all bent out of shape. It's crazy. That's a man, right? That's a apex predator. That is a top of the food chain, apex alpha. But yet, that apex alpha is blowing things completely out of proportion. See, lions only use appropriate force to take down a wildebeest. Tigers use appropriate measures to take down a gazelle. You see? That's why tigers are solitary hunters. Gorillas, in order to defend their troop, they use appropriate measures. Henceforth, why we learn to live around animals. Heck, many of the snake bites, whenever a person gets bit by a snake, some of them are dry bites. They don't want to use venom because venom is valuable. You know? They just want a person to back off. They just want the person to back off. Bears only go after human beings that are a threat, unless they're really hungry. More like grizzly bears and brown bears. Polar bears don't give a darn either way. Polar bears don't care either way. Moose are just basically on sight. They're so used to being hunted that anything proceeds as a threat. So instead of being like an on-site creature, why not use appropriate measures? But wait, that would be too much like right. So you're supposed to be this apex predator. You're supposed to be this alpha human being. Hey, but yet somebody blows this out of proportion. Same as, well, I guess they're straight and then they're super straight, right? I guess in order to be super straight, you might have had to have tried it once, right? And realized you didn't like it. In order to be super straight, I guess. Super straight. That is the term that nobody's ever heard of. So in order to be straight, you couldn't have tried it before, right? And in order to be super straight, you must have had to try it and realized that you didn't like it. I guess that's the new standard, I guess. Hey, but what do I know? I'm just a fat, lazy trucker. This is Red Pill in the Wind signing off.